Papasquatjon, coming at ya. Blade has a new album, Sulphur. I will probably say Silver Surfer at some point because I'm a comic book geek, and that's the first thing that comes to mind when I see an S word and surfer afterwards is Silver Surfer. So Sulphur is the new album from Blade. 2 years ago, he came out with Cold Visions, I think is the name of the album. Very, very good album. It saw Blade kind of dealing with the fact that I think he just turned 30, felt like he was no longer relevant, felt like he was no longer going to be making music. And really, he didn't make a lot for quite a while afterwards. He came up with some stuff with Oklu, however you want to pronounce her name, and one or two other things. Maybe it's more than that, but it wasn't much. It wasn't much. And I really kind of thought maybe he's pulling back. Maybe he's not gonna do much anymore. I think that would be a silly thing for him to choose to do, but it's up to him. It's his life, whatever. But now we see 2026, May 20th. So today, as I'm starting to record this, it is 11:42 in the evening. He has released Sulphur. This is a 13-track album. I have already reacted to the song Blondie, which is the second from the end, track number 12. Very, very good. And I really wanted to react to this, and I know people are curious to see me react to it and see what I have to say. I did have someone... Hold on a second, let me check this. I did have someone, Simon, who wrote me and said... would be really great if you could react to this. People would like to see what you have to say. And you know what? I want to do it anyway. So I don't know if I'll get it all done tonight. It's 46 minutes and 37 seconds long. Like I said, it is 1:45, and I need to get up at 6:30 tomorrow morning to make breakfast for my stepdaughter, and then I need to go to work. So I will do what I can tonight. Maybe I will hit pause at track number 7 or 8 and then do the other half tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe track 7. But we'll see how it goes. 46 minutes long. I'm sure I will have plenty to say. And please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, and Patreon information is down below in the description of the video. If you want to send me music to listen to, send me some money, support me. Join my Patreon for $3 a month. Send me money for reacting to this, since no one's actually paying me to react to this, and I don't know if I'll be able to actually monetize it. So anything would be great. Helps me out. This, I found the Genius page. There is information here. Sulphur is Blade's 8th solo studio album and his first full-length release since Cold Visions. The album is fully produced by Whitearmor. Ah, okay, so a single producer. Interesting, and one he's worked with for a long time. I do remember Whitearmor was the producer on Blondie. That's true, and it sounded cool. The album was announced May 15th of 2026, so just a few days ago, alongside the release of Blondie. Shortly after the single's release, Pitchfork released an article revealing the inclusion of British folk band Current 93 on the album. That is everything that this page has to say about the album. The cover to this is kind of crazy because I think this is an action figure. I think this is an action figure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I see the articulation here. On not a skateboard. Yep, what's it called? You don't go skiing, you go snowboarding. On a snowboard, I see the little plastic thing over the figure's foot. Very, very 80s colors in my mind. This is like, I wouldn't be surprised to see an Ocean Pacific on this little doll's shirt. And very, very cool graffiti, styling, colors, all sorts of crazy stuff going on here. His name's down here, Blade, in the bottom left corner. What is this? This is a separate second cover. Yeah, I saw this. I think this was on the Blondie piece that I reacted to. A little marijuana and lots of flowers. But I don't know. This is a slightly creepy figure. I feel like I should know what action figure this is that has been adopted to look like Blade. It could be like, I don't know. I'm really not sure. It almost looks a little bit like Lobo's face, but there's no way that that's actually a Lobo figure because Lobo looks significantly different than that. Anyway, I like the way this looks. It stands out and is unique. Let's go. Starts with Sulphur Surfer and then runs through 13 tracks. I will get done as much as I can. Like I said, I'll probably stop at about the midway point if things are going a little long. But there you go. Let's see. Sulphur Surfer is the name of the first track. Electronic rap. Cloud rap, electronic trap, Svensk rap, Scandinavia, and Swerie. I don't know how that's pronounced again. Somebody told me a while ago. Yep, there you go. Just means music from somebody from Sweden. And no other information here. Let's get into it. Let's see. Here is Sulphur Surfer from Blade. Thanks very much for listening.
I hereby declare war on the evil star. I demand its defeat. Desecrate its police. I repeat. I hereby declare war on the evil star. I demand its defeat. Desecrate its police. I hereby declare war on the evil star. I demand its defeat. I am the upholder of divine law, holder of the golden chainsaw. With the violet nine in mind, I shall with violent kindness correct all wrongs. And as is fated, the shield shall prevail. Because this mission is guided by intuition, transcends the concept to fail. May we glide in absence of danger on the protection of angels. As my vessel embodies the saint, I shall descend into the dark.
I really like how the music kind of swells, drops in there, and builds and builds and builds and builds. Sounds very cool. I don't know exactly what he's talking about here. There is an annotation that I only half looked at, but it says, I hereby declare war on the evil star. I demand its defeat. Blade declares war on the Renfan star and Saturn and Netanyahu. So is the evil star he's talking about supposed to be the Jewish star? Is this just some random person's annotation that who doesn't actually know what it is that Blade's talking about? I assume this has something to do with Blade's whole cosmology that he talks about, and the evil star is drawn from that. I don't think it's a reference to the Star of David that Jews wear. But I don't know. There's certainly a lot of issues currently swirling around Israel and Palestine. But I don't think that's what Blade's talking about. I don't view him as being particularly political in his music. I don't know. What is this? In the name of David, amen. Okay, watch as I transcend torment again after the ultimate trail of the night rides back towards the one that's in light. Mirrors shatter, illusions illuminated. In the name of David. Huh? Let's just keep going. I really don't know.
Mirrors determined to fall victim. Watch as I transcend torment again after the ultimate trial of the night. Rise back towards the oneness in light. Mirrors shattered, illusions illuminated. SD, in the name of David, amen. Forever alone with you, especially. There's no fire in my soul. There's this thing but still professionally. This promise just won't be stone. Stressing me, I'm having chaos in control. So many feelings keep harassing me. Sometimes I just want to be gone.
So that verse strikes me as somebody, unsurprisingly, for Blade, dealing with depression. Depression and having a brain that does not provide him with The hits of dopamine that spicy, non-neurospicy people get for just doing things. Forever in love with you, especially. There's no fire in my soul. Feels the same, but so professionally. This time I chisel every stone. You're stuck in sinful ways. You're stressing me, and I'm not. And I'm having chaos and control. So many peons harassing me. Sometimes I just want to be gone. I assume gone is dead, right? Forever in love with you, especially. There's no fire in my soul. I have no passion. I just work. Feels the same, but so professionally. This time I chisel every stone. I just go, I do what I do, and I have no passion, no nothing that fires me. That's how I read it. I am the same as Blade in this regard.
Sulfur, 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 send you sulfur, 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 send you sulfur, surfing.
Oh, okay, so this is interesting. Sulfur, surfer, saint usurper, sulfur, surfer. That's the chorus, and there's actually a very interesting annotation here. Blade is fascinated by alchemy, as he should be, because it's fucking fascinating. In alchemy, sulfur symbolizes male causation, active, fierce element. It is the symbol of inner flame, the soul. It is opposite of volatile Mercury, spirit. These two powers are in eternal fight with the human body, in alchemy symbolized as Sal. All united, called Tria Prima. They create androgynous mythical being called Rebus, consisting of harmonious balance of this triad. Yes, the rebus is both male and female, and famously used by Grant Morrison in the Doom Patrol that like the Dadaist Doom Patrol that he kicked off in the late 80s. Fantastic. But he had a character in there named Rebus. That book is incredible. And the TV series of Doom Patrol that came out a few years ago is very much based on his writing. Anyway, just a little comic book drop knowledge there. It's fantastic. You should read it if you like weird stuff. Very surreal, very disturbing, very, in some cases, incomprehensibly creative. Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol, for sure.
Waves of glass in an ocean endless black, and the sky is yellow blue, perfect place where terror brews. Witness the sulfur saying, in my world of rain the glory will reign. Hail drain, the sulfur saying, SD, I invoke thee, beautiful saint, anoint this ugly flesh. The mighty Viking must will his holy axe and come down on this tainted world with all of his glorious wrath. No one will be spared, no one will survive. Long live the North! Black dragon, black dragon, black dragon, black dragon, black dragon, viper, black dragon, viper, black dragon, viper, black dragon, sleep castle, brain shatter, the air of nothing matches. Viper, black dragon, viper, black dragon. I'm the guy on the gallows. Ayo, 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 ayo. King of the castle. Ayo, 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 ayo. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you really feel me or you just pretend to feel me because you want to be me. Don't go, don't let go.
Feels like some kind of next level weirdness in this one. Feels like this is a track designed to drive away the casual listener. He's kicking this album off with something that's dense, kind of incomprehensible unless you really know his, like I said, kind of the spiritual side of Blade. And even knowing that, or knowing some of that, because I certainly am not like a sage when it comes to Blade's knowledge of Blade's background and his spirituality. It seems like he's very much trying to throw everything in here to make this kind of as weird as possible. And maybe this is even a reaction to what he was going through in Cold Visions, where he felt like he was no longer relevant. This now is, if I'm not relevant, then I'm really going to embrace that, and I'm going to make this as hard as possible for people to stick around and be here. You're only going to listen to this. You're only going to get past this first song and the weirdness contained within if you are actually my fan, if you are actually interested in hearing what I have to say. That's kind of what I think about this, because it's so over the top compared to this sort of thing that he's done in the past on his albums. He's talking about the end of the world. He's talking about a Viking coming down to wield his holy axe on this tainted world with all of his furious wrath. No one will be spared. No one will survive. Since when is Blade an apocalyptic, I don't know, harbinger, right? Like soothsayer of what's going to happen. It seems like he's really pushing it maybe a little bit too far. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you really feel me or you just pretend to feel me because you want to be me. I don't want to be you. I think that's a weird thing to say. If you really think people want to be you, I don't know. A little megalomaniacal. Let's keep going. Versailles Flow is the next track. I should say all of these are produced by Whitearmor. I didn't actually mention that before because we said that the entire album is produced by Whitearmor. Versailles Flow, 3 minutes 37 seconds. Let's do it. During Blondie, I liked the distortion and stuff that was in there too. I like it in this. It just very cool, a little bit distorted. Winter in is apparently what he's saying. There's also apparently a lyric on Flatline off of Cold Visions. Nice. Oh, really like that transition too. There was a transition in Blondie that I really liked the other day too. Like really, the music in this is just going to be fantastic. I can tell.
Had a hard time, but you said a hard shoulder. Shoot 6 times for these 3 fallen soldiers. Do please mind, it's at the east going colder. It's like I can't scream going nowhere.
I like his flow in this, and I like the lyric choices in this because they're very, very short words or syllables, and the way he's performing it, it's very like it's really, really very nice. It fits really well with the way the music itself sounds, and yeah, this is well done.
These 3 fallen soldiers, do please mind, it's at the east going colder. It's like I can't scream going nowhere. Oh, I've been this way so long. It's like I can't keep up, but I keep it going on. Keep going on, keep going on. Chill going strong, keep going on. I wanna do it so I keep it.
I like that.
I don't wanna become it, I keep calling the monster. Deep down in the darkness, laying, breathing fire with disastrous feelings started seeping in the cradle. Better miss the medicine that's pestering our mind. Everything is heavenly when heaven is the grind. Can't you see I'm falling for you, angel, it's a crime. Every time I stand up, it's for statues of our time. They say you can't dream if you're not sleeping, it's a lie. Focus, concentration, we stand opposite the climb. Session is an excellence if it's not with the pride. Anything and everything is possible to try. Dark is dark, but dark is not reflected in our sky. Darkness walks along the riverbed beside. Suffering succession is too beautiful to cry. ST the martyr always happy in the night. ST the martyr always happy in the night. ST the martyr always happy in the ready to die. Winter in my mind. Ready to die.
That's great. Oh, nice. Kind of get a little bit of like a witch house feel to this this section right here. Very, very cool. Very different. Dark, dreamy.
Going down. ST the mortar can't be made out of a clown. ST is beautifully made and coming down. Point me to the person that is clean at a night. I miss you, it's almost so impossible to find. Every since I reminisce, I keep on asking why. Sat myself down, I found it too generous to cry. Big stars on my shoulders and there's no one going blind. Shine a diamond demon on the evil anytime. Let me show you, demonstrate. I see so superior to y'all, it's no debate. Love wins every time I promise hate, I won't embrace. When you stab my back, why didn't you look me in my face? Murder is our motive and we leave a cold case. I'm up for the mystery like Scooby to escape. Standing with a grimace in the middle of this rain, waiting for the sentence.
Once again, the beginning here seems to be kind of about his inability to have passion, to have interest in doing what he's doing. He says it's like I can't keep up, but I keep it going on, keep going on, keep going on. Shield going strong, keep going on. I do it to keep it in. No, so I keep it in the holster. I don't want it to want to become it. I keep calling the monster. Like he feels like he's just putting one foot in front of the other. I just have to keep moving. Something I say, it's a famous quote: if you're going through hell, keep going, right? You don't just stop. You don't just stop dealing with the difficult time you're having, because it doesn't help at all. You have to keep going. And I feel like that's what he's talking about here. Deep down in the darkness, laying, breathing fire, waiting, disastrous feelings started seeping in the cradle. Venom is the medicine that's pestering your mind. Everything is heavenly when heaven is the grind. Can't you see I'm falling for you? Angel is a crime. Every time I stand up, it's for statues of our time. They say you can't dream if you're not sleeping. It's a lie. Focus, concentration, we stand opposite, declined. Obsession is an excellence, if not with the pride. Anything and everything is possible to try. Dark is dark, but dark is not reflected in our sky. Darkness walks alone along the riverbed, the side. Some really very good, like evocative lyrics. Don't necessarily carry a ton of meaning. The thing that did stand out to me is here at the end when he says, let's see, reverence every time I promise him I'm not depressed. When you stabbed me in my back, why didn't you look me in the face? Murder is a martyr. Now we leave a cold case. And I wonder if this, when you stabbed me in the back, why didn't you look me in the face? I wonder if this has something to do with, if I'm remembering correctly, somebody in the management for Blade, for Drain Gang, ended up ripping off a bunch of money and things like that a couple of years ago. And I think it was even covered on Cold Visions. He had talked a little bit about that. And I wonder if this song is kind of about that. Versailles Flow. Why Versailles? Versailles is like a beautiful French, I'm not even sure, a government building. I think it used to be. Now it's a museum. But it was where like the Treaty of Versailles was signed. But I don't know why this song would be called Versailles. Yeah, don't care. Not going to figure it out. Highland Tyrant is the next track. And let's check this out. We'll keep going. 2 minutes 54 seconds. Highland Tyrant.
Believe in your dreams. Wonderful secret.
So, this wonderful secret, is that, I might be wrong here. Is that the line that Trump sent to Epstein? It is. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. I have no idea if he's trying to invoke that here. But it immediately gave me like creepy, like, oh, that's icky. Believe in your dreams, this wonderful secret. I don't know exactly what he's talking about there, but that's what came to mind for me. Trump's card to Epstein.
Wonderful secret.
Final instance, force inside this distance. Silent princess, whisper won't follow wishes. Dressed in snakeskin, satin, sheepskin, velour.
Really like the nice heavy beat that comes in here, just kind of continues to push the song forward. Really, really, really nice sounding music. I'm just loving it.
When you don't wanna open doors, till we kick it with the doors. Now you wanna sweep the floors, brush the dust inside the board. In the windows on the porch, and the motor's such a sport. And it's hard, you got it short. If it's not about the Lord, the Lord, the Lord. Talking with over the remorse. How long hanging out in court? It's the order of the sword, the sword, the sword. It's the night that goes by George. And just say it out of war. Can't the claim it's right award, award, award. Put it down on the record. Glory money can't afford. Purple excellence restored, restored, restored in the highest of the courts. And the emphasis ignored if it's not about the Lord, the Lord, the Lord.
So, the Hagia Sophia is a mosque turned church turned mosque turned church turned mosque, maybe even more times than that, in Istanbul. I've been there. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. I have no idea why it's being talked about here. Majestical cathedral owned by the Eastern Orthodox Church until 1453. Yeah, the history is way more complicated than that, because it switched religions multiple times when Istanbul or Constantinople was taken over and lost and taken over and lost and taken, depending on what side you're on. And but why bring it up here? Award, let it tumble to record. Throwing money can't afford. Purple excellence restored. Stored, it's stored in the highest of the courts, and the emphasis ignored if it's not about the Lord, the Lord, the Lord. Walls are thin now. Oh yeah. Hagia Sophia, or Hagia Sophia. Yeah, no idea. Oh, we got another Big Axe Man line coming up here. Super curious about that Hagia Sophia line. It's a huge building. It's just absolutely beautiful building, and it's been around forever. When was it built? I don't even know. Yeah, so is a mosque and major cultural historical site in Istanbul, Turkey. It was formerly a church from 360 until 1453, and a museum from 1935 to 2020. The last three church buildings to be successfully erected on the site by the Eastern Roman Empire. It was completed in 537 AD, or CE, as we would refer to it now, becoming the world's largest interior space and among the first to employ a fully pendentive dome. It is considered the epitome of Byzantine architecture and is said to have changed the history of architecture. From its dedication in 360 until 1453, the Hagia Sophia served as the cathedral of Constantinople in the Byzantine liturgical tradition, except for the period of 1204 to 1261, when the Latin Crusaders installed their own hierarchy. After the fall of Constantinople in 1453, it served as a mosque, having its minarets added soon after. The site became a museum in 1935 and was redesignated as a mosque in 2020. So it has a lot of history. And it's a beautiful building. I was there in I was there in 2000? 1999, 2000? Something like that. Anyway, it's a beautiful building. Absolutely gorgeous. I have a great picture of it, like kind of shrouded in fog. It looks like it's rising up out of the fog. It's a fantastic picture. Let's keep going. It's a little dark sounding.
Big ass eyes, man, it's guaranteed to leave you in the past. They didn't care who I was until I went and put on this mask. Big ass hammer, it crashed through the city made of glass. Shattered, the glass shards all sitting in my bag. All hail the scar, yellow lake, sulfur and tar. Sulfur crystal, suffer we all. Suffer, we must suffer, we all. Die for the cause, suffer, Saint George the martyr. Deep in the night, dark star. Don't bite the shit, bite it, you're scarred. Golden, I am the one. Fearless, deny the song. Dream forever strong, we won.
Continues to have weird mystical overtones that keep getting introduced. I do like that he finally used the sulfur kind of similarity between those two words, and I was kind of expecting that to come up because I was like, oh, suffer sounds like sulfur. What big ass axe man, it's guaranteed to leave you in the past. They didn't care who I was until I went and put on this mask. Big ass hammer, we crashed through the city made of glass, shattered the glass shards all sitting in my back. All hail the scar, yellow lake, sulfur and tar, sulfur crystals, suffer, we all suffer, we must. Suffer, we all die for the cause, sulfur, St. George the martyr. There was a song he did, was it on Cold Visions, where he talked about St. George. I don't think it was on Cold Visions. I think it was one of the solo songs that he released, one of the singles he released. Yeah, he obviously has some things he's really interested in with regards to religion and kind of the mythology and stories around saints and martyrs, and I don't know. Hopefully it makes sense to him because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Um, Dolor, Dollar, Dolor is how I say this. It makes me. I don't know what the word dolor means, but I think of dolorous. Dolor. Pain. Okay. So what is dolorous? Dolorous. It describes something experienced showing or causing deep sorrow, misery, or grief. Oh, interesting. So just dolor is pain, but dolorous is someone experiencing like a dolorous person, right? It'd be somebody who's very sad or having a lot of grief. All right, so this is basically called pain. Let's check it out. 3 minutes, 7 seconds. Nice slow intro.
Sword is an extension of my arm, my arm. My purpose of existence is to harm, to hurt and wound and scar, and scar, and scar. The existential war, it called the evil isolation of the star. Shall prison looked apart, professionally dark, dark, dark. The Lord, the Lord, the Lord. He gives himself to see you despise. To suffer is to be alive. A minute of your time, the color of your evil eye. Minus my mind, I'm endlessly wide. Time after time, kindness is strong, violence is night. The worst of where he dies, in stone his name materialized.
So this whole in the chorus here, there's a line. He's dolor, dolor, dolor. He hates himself to seal in the spikes. To suffer is to be alive. That's a very Drain Gang thing to say, right? It is in this line. The annotation says an interpolation of the very famous quote: "To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering." This quote is often mistakenly attributed to Nietzsche due to its very aptly capturing the sentiment of his philosophical work. The true source is Gordon Allport, found in his foreword for Viktor Frankl's Man Searching for Meaning. This seems like a very Drain Gang idea. Like, you get to live, but you have to suffer while you live. I don't think to suffer is to be alive. I don't think that's an accurate thing to say. But it's I'm sorry, I'm trying to put together my thoughts here. The name of this, the Dolor, 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 is really quite a good idea to bring into the Drain Gang idea, right? And this idea that if you are alive, you have to suffer. What currency is a minute of your time? Like, we're here, we get to live, but it doesn't necessarily go the way we want it to. And that's so true. He's continuing to do, even in this song, some weird stuff in terms of mythology The sword is an extension of my arm, my arm, my arm. My purpose of existence is to harm, to hurt, then wound, then scar, then scar, then scar. The existential war it called, the evil isolation of the star, transition of the park, envisioning the dark, the dark. No clue. Is Blade going on a crusade? Like, what is it that he's trying to tell all of us? I don't know. Let's keep going.
Sedated by the science he complies. Set through some really evil skies. Still love you, 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 still love you. It's a suicide. Come be with me forever in the night. The weight is heavy, testify. Commit with the intention and a sign. Or nail at his infectious mind. Still love you, still love you, still love you, still love you. Dolor, Dolor, Dolor. Is this what all the heartache is for? Dolor, Dolor, Dolor. Purifying, suffering, suffering's purifying. Pain is a privilege, what would we be without it? Purifying, suffering, what would we do without it? Pain is a privilege, suffering's purifying. Terrifying, suffering, purifying. Suffer with me, suffering, stay with me. Purifying, suffering, suffering's purifying. Pain is a privilege.
Okay. I had to kind of cut over from that other recording because I was talking for a while with my mic off. But I am... What was that? I realized it and went back, and now I'm going to talk about this again. So Dolor, he's talking about some weird stuff at the end there, and one of the things that this makes me think of, he's saying, let's see, right, it's right at the end. Purifying suffering, suffering is purifying, pain is privilege. What would we be without it? Purifying suffering, what would we do without it? Pain is privilege, suffering is purifying, terrifying, suffering, purifying. So lots of talk about pain is privilege, suffering is life, etc., etc. And what this to suffer is to be alive, right? What this reminds me of is the flagellants, not the flatulence, not people with gas, but flagellants, who are practitioners of a form of mortification of the flesh, which means they beat themselves. Oh, there's a lovely picture of it. Yeah, people do this. They whip themselves with something. They wear something called a hair shirt, which irritates and cuts your flesh all the time. But they hurt themselves. They harm themselves. And the idea... let's see, is an act, mortification of the flesh is an act by which an individual or group seeks to mortify or deaden their sinful nature as part of a process of sanctification. So they believe that, and also self-flagellation in imitation of Jesus Christ's suffering and death. Christian theology holds that the Holy Spirit helps believers in the mortification of the sins of the flesh, versus the Old Testament, the Hebrew Bible, considered to be precursors to Christian ideas of self-mortification include, okay, just where they are. So this was a movement in the 14th century within Western Christianity known as flagellantism. And they began beating their flesh in public penitential rituals in response to war, famine, plague, and fear engendered by millenarianism. So it's kind of like end of an era. What does this say here? The belief that by a religious, social, or political group or movement of a coming fundamental transformation of society, after which all things will be changed. So like the millennium, right? Though this movement withered away, the practices continued, and there are still flagellants in Christian, especially Roman Catholic churches that exist to the present day. So they whip themselves, they hurt themselves in the goal of using their suffering to purify themselves. What I find interesting is that all this talk Blade has here about purifying suffering is purifying, life is suffering. It feels to me like he's taken the idea of drain gangers, of being drained, that whole idea of like, for any forward progress you make, there will be something that pulls you back, or there is also negative progress, right? I know that doesn't make sense, but negative progress doesn't make sense. But for every step forward, you take a step back. Something like that. It all balances out. Nothing is always all good. Nothing is always all bad. But it seems like with this song in particular, and maybe with all the songs in this album so far, he has instead started to mutate that idea of, hey, you can't win them all. Not everything is great in life. Even when you're winning, you might be losing. And instead, he's saying the suffering is the point. Feeling this pain is why we're here. And I don't think that's true. That does not make life. You can have a happy life. I mean, maybe not you, Blade, maybe not me, John, can't have a happy life. That's not the way our brains work. We aren't wired to just enjoy. But pain is not the point of life. And I think what he's adopting here is this idea that we should be almost actively searching out pain in order to get the most out of life. And that's not causal. That's not true. So I don't like this idea. I really don't like this idea. Because I think it's potentially dangerous to people who do have thoughts of self-harm. They could take this and be like, oh, I should harm myself because Blade says so, because pain is the point of living. It's not the point of living. Maybe in, our fucked up end times, end stage democracy, which Blade does not live in, maybe that is appropriate to think, but he also doesn't have to live in that. So I don't know. I don't like that idea that is being put forth there. Let's move on to Kill Switch, also produced by Whitearmor. Let's check it out. 2 minutes 42 seconds. Sounds a little 80s there, that electronic. Oh, that's neat. Everything kind of went out of phase there. Oh, yeah, I like that.
The hard white kid is tired, need a kill switch. Wired like a windmill, playing in the wind still on your windowsill. Website only black with a spin, waiting for that nice ending perfect. You know we deserve it. Words mean anything if you mean that shit. You write like a
Great sound.
Making me evil, been forcing a meaning, pretending and feeling, been lurking and scheming, but keep it secret, only fun if you say that shit. Let's go to the grave with it, we call it like.
Has a really nice bouncy kind of feel to it. I really am enjoying the way this sounds.
Failures evolve into dangerous, cause favorite exorcist, become a maniac. I think I'm okay with that. And stay in Arcadia, casting rules with the axe, singing tune with the trash, with nightmare ties. Get you.
Another mention of the axe, cutting runes with the axe. Sing in tune with the trash, do the nightmare task, get you back out my back, cutting runes with the axe.
Back on my back, casting runes with the axe. How's your mind? Is it black? Is it asthma attack? In the nightmare laughs, little cruise in the back, little aches on the mouth, little cracks in the glass, cut the birch, bleed the south, casting runes with the axe, singing tune with the trash to the nightmare task. In the night, alas, where's the break?
I like that little just at the end where after he says in the night alas, there's a cool little echoey effect that I really like. Right here. I like that a lot. I don't know what this is about. So much of the music on here, like the vocals, the lyrics, are slightly impenetrable. Like I can come up with ideas of what. Boy, some neat sounding music. I love the way that ended too. Pray that the prey keeps getting away. Wisdom is my misery. Of course it is. Lay truth just one more day. Pray that the rain turns into a lake where we can bathe. Flush it away. It's my life. Are you done with your life? Make you all mine, shattering my eyes. Let's let it caress. Walk into the night, just you and I hanging around. Just you and I hanging around. Yep, no idea. Bunch of words. I'll be curious to see what people have to say about this as they analyze it a little bit more. I'm literally innocent. Could be a callback to Innocent of All Things off of 333. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I accept my hand. Blade's playing the cards that he was given, as preached in his track Oh Well from his 2020 album 333, also primarily produced by Whitearmor. It's interesting. I accept my hand. That doesn't seem like a play the cards you're given kind of reference. That seems like almost like a marriage thing. Like you ask for someone's hand in marriage and you take their hand in marriage, and that's what I thought of when I saw this. I accept my hand, but maybe it is, play the hand you're dealt kind of idea. I don't know. There's no other card references in this song, so it's hard to say. This song number 5. Song number 6 is Fox and Birch. I think the last song just mentioned a birch. Stop you. A birch tree. Stop. Come on. Didn't it? Yeah. Cut the birch with the sap. Cutting runes with the axe. Possible reference to Bird Bath by Blade, and we drinking Listerine with the birch sap. Okay, or not. Or it's just an idea that he had and he's going to continue on it continue on with it in Fox and Birch. This features Current 93, so this is that folk band, British neo-folk band composed of former Throbbing Gristle psychic TV collaborator David Tibbitt. Interesting. Sulphur Surfer is... Okay, here we go. Electronic rap, dark wave, psychedelic folk, neo-folk, cloud rap, electronic trap, and all the other regular stuff. Here we go. A little Fox and Birch was announced by Pitchfork shortly after the release of Bladee with an article titled Bladee Reveals New Album Silver Surfer. There you go. Sulphur Surfer. A track list hasn't been revealed, but one song is confirmed to feature David Tibbitt's long-running doom folk project Current 93. Doom folk project. Is Bladee taking on the role of like a prophet of doom? Like does he honestly believe like the world's gonna end, and like is that what he's telling us in all these songs? Interesting. 4 minutes 15 seconds. Fox and Birch featuring Current 93. Let's go. Again, nice sound. Feels very kind of new wavy electronic 80s. Three or four songs have mentioned Venom. And Never Back Into Us, they say in Venom of Our Brand, The Needles of Love, Funeral Songs for Living Through It Too Long. I have no idea. No idea again. Songs for living through it too long. Severed from fall, imagine you as you are. Witness from all direction, point to the star. Need to involve the danger, need to involve. Chain to a fallen angel, to enough. Headed towards forever. Nice transition over to the folk music. So that verse is also interesting. Laughing into nothing and nothing ever stops. Does that also mean that you never, you, whoever this is, never stops laughing as well? As long as there is nothing? Laughing into nothing. Laughing into the nothing, and nothing ever stops. No, nothing ever stops because nothing is nothing and it goes on forever, right? Laughing into the nothing and nothing ever stops. Is that insanity? It's just such an interesting line to me. The snow is falling, slow down, and things not as it was. The faceless one that someday seeks the spirit for love. The faceless one. Is that you, Mr. Blade? That someday seeks the spirit for love. Got tired of your anonymity and feeling like you're nothing until you found whatever this religiosity that you seem to follow. I think there was something else up here about faceless or mask. Pierce the walls, dream is lost, feeling untouchable. I don't remember where it was. Maybe it was another song. I like the transition over to the kind of folksy music. That was folksy. That seems wrong to say. Folk music. Let's keep going.
Don't trust the bridge, you won't make it. The waterfall of Dolor. Lonely, cold, and so helpless. Naked. Gone and forgotten for centuries. A long forgotten song. Floats through the water forever. Calling again. So lonely floating. Shadows leaving even. A swan glides across the river. And bodies are
That star you saw, some closed waking star, has mended her cloak, and singing in she sings. Below you the barks and boats, under clatter and clinny ships, as the surf drifts dreamless, stones chatter into your feet.
Yep. More very weird weirdness. I like a lot of the lyrics. I like the way they sound. I find them a little impenetrable in terms of meaning. And maybe that's because I'm certainly not Blade, but I'm not coming from the same place as Blade in terms of his beliefs, right? Don't trust a bridge, you won't make it. The waterfall of dawn. Lonely, cold, and so helpless. Make it. Make it? Gone and forgotten for a century, a long forgotten song flows through the water forever, calling the day. Some lonely floating shadow leaving me there. A swan glides across the river and bodies are gone. Not a fucking clue. That's fine. That's fine. Have your fun. Make us all look like idiots, Blade. We don't care. We don't care. Umbrella. No, Under My Umbrella. If he's just started singing Ella, Ella, Ella during this, I would fucking love it. My umbrella, Ella. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So Under My Umbrella is song number 7. I'm probably going to stop after this one. And then I'll continue the rest of the album tomorrow, the last 6 songs, because it is now 5 minutes to 1 in the morning. Rap, Cloud Rap, Trap. There you go. Let's check this out and see how we're doing in terms of meaning here. 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's go. Oh, like that too.
Come back to me, oh fleeting dream. Succumb to the sulfur. I rise out of the perfect purple, you beautiful image.
Okay, so the last song he mentioned sulfur, he mentioned purple. Arise out of the perfect purple. usually in like rap, alt rap, whatever you want to call it, purple refers to pot, right? I don't think he's talking about getting stoned. I think he's talking about something maybe related to this whole cosmology that he's built up, or maybe something from alchemy. Is sulfur does not burn yellow, or does not burn purple. So I'm not sure exactly what he's talking about there. Let's keep going.
Come back to me, lost memory. Come back, come back. Not perfect, but not exactly worthless. I'm trying to find out what makes me less of a person. I'm trying to seppuku this up, but only scratch the surface.
Okay. So that's interesting right off the bat. Not perfect, but not exactly worthless. There's a huge range. Where's my other hand? There's a huge range between perfect and worthless, right? There's like nearly perfect. There's so many different gradations, but the two things he jumps to are is not perfect, but it's not exactly worthless. It's not useless and worthless and pointless. It could be amazing, fantastic, but he concentrates on that. I'm trying to find out what makes me less of a person. I'm trying to seppuku the self, but only scratch the surface. So I'm trying to kill my sense of self. I'm trying to make out with the night. I'm trying to catch a serpent. This music shit just like a strip club. Get up and work it. Yep. Do the work. Get up. Do your work. I want to give you everything, but you don't deserve it. Well, that's your problem. If you're doing this because you want to give us something, you're starting from the wrong basis. You should do this because you want to do it. Because you have no choice but to do it. You have something to say. Once you start caring about what your audience thinks or feels about your creation, you should quit. I mean, it's nice when they like it. It's nice when they love it. It's nice when they give you lots of money. But you don't create for them. You create for you. And they just are along for the ride. It's my feeling. Make what you want to make. And if people are there with you, then they will be there with you. And if they're not, you're still going to make what you make, right? If you're trying to serve them as the master of your creative output, you will fail every time. And then your next line, you nail it. These motherfuckers meddling make me want to murder. Right. If you are trying to provide people with something that you think they will like, they are already interfering. So they are meddling in what you do. It doesn't have to be active. It doesn't have to be somebody telling you what to do, like somebody from the label or somebody, whatever. It's interesting. And I could be way off base on saying any of that, right? He strikes me as a pretty savvy guy when it comes to making something that doesn't sound, or when he first came out, didn't sound like anybody else, right? And he was making what he wanted to make. And I still think he makes what he wants to make. But I think he's too much in his head thinking that he's doing this for any other reason than he wants to be creative. I think he just wants to be creative, but then he has pressures that make him feel as if he has to do this. And I think if he removed that idea, he would still have to make music. He couldn't not do it. I think. Let's keep going.
trying to make out with the night, I'm trying to catch his heart. This music shit's just like a strip, plug it up and work it. I wanna give you everything, but you don't deserve it. These motherfuckers meddling, make me wanna murder. I put the shield all on my back like a ninja turtle. In my bed, say, call us on, let me be the one. Just do alone, just do alone. Let me do wrong. Can't feel. That's what's real. Can't heal. Fix it. Can't feel. That's what's real. Can't heal. Can't feel. That's what's real. Can't heal. I'm special cause I'm lesson. Stop acting interested. I'm pleasing into heaven. I'm breathless in the session. I'm scared of the mind. So scary in the night. I cried when I was born. I'm crying in this life. This habit of distraction destroys our honest craft. Your tears don't show in rain. Better glide on beach for nothing. It's raining here in London. The endless rain keeps coming. A dog's for circus crossing. Umbrella Mary Poppins. She holding the umbrella when I'm stepping out the Bentley. I'm writing in this diary about how I'm so empty. The feather is the ink. The candle's fake as lid. The pen is on the brink. It's worse than what you think. Can't feel. That's not what's real. Can't heal. Fix it. Can't feel. That's not what's real. Can't feel. That's what's real. Can't heal.
And this one, again, makes me feel like he's just depressed. Especially this talk up here about, like, trying to seppuku the self. Trying to find what makes me less of a person. Can't heal, can't tell what's fake, what's real, can't see, can't heal, exist, exhale. Like, I'm just here. Again, there's nothing good in the world. There's nothing special. There's nothing I derive pleasure from. I'm special because of the message. Stop acting interesting. I'm pleading into, like, it's not me. I am not interesting. It's the message that I have that is interesting to people. I'm pleading into heaven. I'm breathless in the session. I'm scared of my mind, so scary in the night. Cried when I was born. I'm crying in this life. Life is pain. Just love and love destruction. Destroy so undescribed. Your tears are showing rain, but the glass, it'll give you nothing. It's raining here in London, where endless rain keeps coming. A dark soul circus crushing. Umbrella Mary Poppins. She holding the umbrella when I'm stepping out the Bentley. I'm writing in this diary about how I'm so empty. So I think those two lines are very interesting because she's holding the umbrella when I'm stepping out the Bentley. He's not talking about Mary Poppins. He's talking about somebody else. I'm going to assume his girlfriend, right? She's holding the umbrella. There's someone there helping me, protecting me, keeping me dry when the world is raining on me. And then the next line. So I should say, So someone loves him, someone cares about him, someone is trying to protect him. So like that's what I'm getting at by reading those lyrics and talking about this. And the next line he writes is, I'm writing in this diary about how I'm so empty. So I feel none of that. I don't understand that those actions of holding an umbrella up when it's raining and I'm getting out of the car comes from a place of love and caring. And I don't think he sees it. I don't think he understands it either. And he's empty. He feels alone. He feels unloved. He feels as if he's just here to relay a message, and doesn't realize that if he's just here to relay a message, he is the only one who has that message. He is the only one who has come up with it, who has been giving that to people for the last 13, 15 years, whatever it's been. It doesn't come from nothing. Like it's filtered through you. You are the thing that is creating that message and getting it out there. So it's not just the message that people find interesting, because you are the message. This song I like. So far, very impressed with all the music on every single track. I really like the music. I would listen to the music purely on its own. It just has a really nice feel. All of it has had a really nice feel. Even the stuff that seems a little bit darker, it's kind of fun change of pace. Whitearmor is amazing. So far, Blade's message is a little thick, hard to figure out. I think on purpose, and yet also weirdly religious-ish, and maybe slightly disturbingly apocalyptic. And that's the part where he loses me, is the I'm a prophet of doom kind of vibe that I get from a lot of these tracks, because he seems to really be struggling with life having meaning outside of the pain that it inflicts on you, which again I think is potentially dangerous to people. I mean, and not even necessarily his fault to have these thoughts, right? He can say and think and do whatever he wants. He can make whatever music he wants and write whatever lyrics he wants. But I think there are a lot of people who might listen to an album like this and be like, he's right. I need to purify myself through pain. Life is pain. Why would I want to inflict life on myself, if it's just going to continue to be as painful as it has been? I don't want to be here for this. I don't want to participate in something that only brings me pain. I find that slightly dangerous. So far, though, I have been liking this album quite a bit. The sound of it. Some of the lyrics, you get the idea. Not a big fan. But I'm curious to check out the next half of the album, and we will pick up from here. So we stopped at Under My Umbrella. There's 6 more songs: Dark Mirror, Duran's Bane, Stoner, Blackfire, Blondie, and Scab. And I've already reacted to Blondie. So there you go. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, Patreon down below in the description of the video. If you would like to, send me some money for reacting to this, man, I would appreciate it, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to monetize this. It's fine if I can't, but it would be nice to make some money. And I will do the second half of this tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Yes, I can do that on Thursday. I'll also do an 80s song on Thursday, but we'll finish this up. Papa Squat, checking out. Have yourself a good day. And I will be back tomorrow with the second half of this album. Bye-bye.